Hey everybody, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Uncle Vigilante channel. I'm Uncle V, and today we have a very, very special guest with us from Sierra Leone. As a matter of fact, we have multiple special guests. I'm going to introduce you to them one by one. This is going to bring joy to your heart. I promise. All right, let's get going. Greetings, 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 good epic community. And for those of you who are not yet within the epic community, I welcome you too. So today's going to be a little bit different. Today's video was not intended to be, but I think it'll make sense to you as to why I have assembled what I'm assembling, putting it together, and introducing you to a few very, very special people. So let me just go back and screen share. And do you remember, it was 2 Fridays ago, Max had shared with me that there was this little boy. Let me share the screen. This little guy, his name is Abdul Kanu. Kanu, I don't know how to say it, but this little guy is Abdul. He's a little over 2 years old, and that is his mother, Fatmata Kamara. And his father is a fisherman who is out to sea right now. But Max shared with us, he had me open up a second photo that since I have photoshopped so that you don't see any of Abdul's private parts. But Abdul has a life-threatening hernia. And the appeal came in from a gentleman, Musta Freeman, who Max has history with. So he knew that Musta was the real deal. He's a real philanthropic African who has taken it upon himself to care for lots and lots of kids. And one of them is young Abdul. Well, we were informed that he needed surgery and he needed surgery quickly. And the surgery could be done for $350 US. And so I said on the show that if somebody spins up an Epic Fund Me, I'll be the first to donate and I'll donate all he needs. And so somebody did. I believe it was Thistle. Thank you, Thistle. You're always there to help in the community. And I received a Vite address and sent Vite to be able to cover it. And let me share you the good news here. I want to, let's see, there's a video here I want to show you. Let's see if we can hear. This was right after, no, it was during, or was it after? I think it was either during or after. Anyway, I'm sorry. It was either before or after. But this is his mom, and I don't know what she's saying, but oh, this is pre-op. So this happened last Friday. That's the little guy. Our little man, Abdul. I think she's saying thank you. Okay, so that's him. Let me continue to share screen. This was pre-op. That was pre-op. So there's little Abdul. And then this one, oh, shoot. Stop share. Did I just screw something up? No, there we go. Stop share. And let me show you this one. Where are you, little guy? There we go. There's our little man. He he got his procedure done. And now this little boy, his life isn't threatened anymore. And Epic funded that operation. And I will tell you, that brought joy to my heart. Just very, very, very happy. And let me introduce you to Abdul. I'm sorry, not Abdul, but Musta Freeman. And Musta, he's going to be the tall gentleman here. You'll see a lot of little boys and a lot of little girls, but he'll be the tall one. And this is the other. So he has lots of kids at these schools that they literally can only afford one meal a day. Let me hit pause there. Okay. So Musta, real person. Max has history. His programs, real programs. The extended need with little Abdul was real. And the reason why I am kind of teeing everything up and positioning this is shortly after that good news of this operation, Musta presented to the Epic community again another opportunity. There was another young, I don't know if it was boy or girl in need, but literally he needed $40,000 for another operation. Okay, so my little quarter red flag went up in my mind. And I reached out to Max and I said, on the heels of the Abdul surgery, which went great, now there's another ask that's $40,000 and equally, heart tugging. So I talked to Max about it, and we asked Musta Freeman to take that down. And the reason why is going to be shared on this video that I just had with Musta, Fatmata, and yes, we met little Abdul. And I wasn't going to, I did record it, and I said I was going to record it because I just didn't even know how it would go, because I knew I was going to be asking some tough questions. I wanted to be respectful, but at the same time, I wanted to be cautiously optimistic. And if you guys can't tell, if there's one thing I care about greatly, it is the Epic Cash community. So I wanted to make sure, first of all, and I know this sounds horrible, but first of all, I wanted to talk to Abdul's mother. And I just wanted to make sure, because, man, it's like there's scams galore out there, and there are some that are pretty finely honed and finely tuned, and they've been at it for a while. And you know that. We all know that. I mean, remember the Egyptian prince? We laugh about it now, but there were tons and tons of people that fell for it. Look it up, Google it, the Egyptian prince scam. And you'll shake your head and say, people fell for that? Damn right they did. I mean, millions and millions and tens of millions of dollars probably were harvested from that scam. So that kind of put a, not an open season, but that kind of put a little, gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? That tainted, thank you, Uncle V. That tainted Egyptian princes all over the world, I'm sure. Well, there are a lot of people that are out there asking for money for children, feed the children, etc., from Africa. And so there's a lot of scams out there, which is why, just like in crypto, we always have to be hyper vigilant about the scams and scammers. Now, Max had history with Musta Freeman. And so really, I knew going into the conversation that I wasn't really there. I was happy to meet the little guy, Abdul, and his mom. But I wasn't looking to go into the Zoom call, to expose a scam. I didn't believe in a heartbeat that Musta was a scam. Instead, I wanted to go in to be able to try to help him, because I wanted to be able to articulate, and you're going to see if I did it well or not, and if I did it with enough care, because I didn't want him feeling badly for the second appeal, the $40,000 appeal. And again, I wish I had all the money in the world to be able to pay for that little boy or girl's surgery. But even for a community to raise $40,000 for something, that's a lot of money. I mean, we're not a huge community, and that's very hard, and hate to say it, but maybe if Epic would have continued its trend and we weren't SP'd, those of you out there know what I'm talking about. We'd be talking about Epic being over $10, maybe $20 or whatever. And maybe it would be easier to raise 40,000 in Epic. I don't know. But right now, I just didn't feel was the right time. And I thought, let's call a timeout here and let's see if we can help Musta Freeman figure out how to support and how to follow his heart. Because I can tell you, after I had this Zoom call, man, I really want to help this guy. And I know you will too. And so you will find at the end that I tell him that there's nothing better than the Epic Cash community, and people support what they help create. So I want you to go into this knowing my motive was really, really to, I wanted to double check and just make sure my little BS meter wasn't going off, like scam. But that really, I didn't think that would be the case, because I knew he had prior history with Max, and Max calls him a champ, somebody who has a heart of gold, which he does. And but I really wanted to go in and be able to figure out how we can help him. And as the conversation progressed, it started coming to me. And I would like you to, we're going to be spinning up by the time this airs, if you will. There should be a new Telegram group, t.me/Epic Impact Africa. Epic Impact Africa. And this will be kind of a pilot for us as a community. And anyway, enough about the tee up. Let me just go ahead and share with you. And again, I didn't think I would be sharing it, because I just didn't know how it would come out. But I just fell in love with these three people, and I think you will too. So with that, I'm going to just show it to you raw and uncut. And then let's just kind of meet in the comments below. Please smash that like button, hit the notification bell, maybe tell a person or two about this Uncle Vigilante channel on YouTube. And I wish you a very epic, impactful day. All right, everyone. Cheers. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Hey, little guy. Hey, Abdul. How are you, Abdul?
Good afternoon.
Good. Good. Hold on here. Let me check something. All right. Is Musta Freeman there?
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, uncle.
Good, good. Um, so I can't see your face.
Yeah, I'm here with them.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. So,
Yeah.
so how is Abdul feeling?
Oh, well, he's doing better. He's doing better since we done the operation. You know, he can move now, he can eat, and he can play now. So it's better.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So Abdul, can you say hello? Hello? he doesn't know what to think. Who is this
Yeah, yeah,
Uncle V
yeah,
guy? Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. So when did you have the surgery? It was last week.
Yep, it was last week. It's on Friday. We done it on Friday at like 5 a.m. in the morning, our own local time.
Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. Now, so the hospital where you actually did the surgery, did they accept Epic Cash or did you have to convert it into?
Well, no, they did not accept Epic. What they do is like when we have the Epic, we have mother that twists the Epic into USD. So like he sent it for us via PayPal. We have a friend of us. His name is David DeSantis. He's in the United States in Florida. He has been working with us in the charity for since 2014. So he is the one who usually try to take for us PayPal, and he can give us BTC. And when he give us BTC, then we have a lot of people here that can buy BTC. So that's the way we twist it and get from the Epic, send it to PayPal and get it. We get it in BTC, and from BTC we can get it in Leons. So we pay in our own local currency, which is Leons.
Okay, great. So the way that it works, so I sent you Epic, and then you sent the Epic to the person who is willing to basically pay for that Epic with PayPal, right?
Yeah. Yes,
and then he sends the money to, so he keeps the Epic and sends you the, in this case, I think it was $400 of USD.
Yes, USD into PayPal.
Into PayPal. And then from PayPal, then did you buy Bitcoin?
Convert it into BTC.
Okay, so you converted it to BTC within PayPal?
Yes.
Oh, and then there was somebody who would take that BTC for the cash.
We take the BTC here. The person take the PayPal. David DeSantis in the United States, he is the one we use his PayPal most frequently because his PayPal is the one that we are using in the website of the charity. Because as for now, we are working on the documents to get our documents and getting the charity registered in the United States as 501c.
Okay.
So for now, David can take the PayPal for us and can send BTC, and we have the charity BTC wallet address. So it can send to the, it can send to the BTC wallet address. And then we have people here that can twist BTC into our own local fiat, which is Leons.
Okay.
So when we have the BTC, we change it into Leons. So we use the Leons to pay for Abdul's surgery.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Now, do you ever see, to be able to take out all of the complication, is there, to take out the complication, is there a way to where we could work with the medical facility and educate them on accepting Epic Cash so that they then have an appreciating asset versus the fiat that will not appreciate? It's just going to continue to deflate.
Well, it depends because it's only just for us to educate the hospital, that is the clinic that was done the operation, for us to talk to them so that they can get hold of the EPIC. But as for now, they need our local currency, and the local currency is what they need for them to do their transactions. Because if you want to pay for your consultation fee, that is for you to see the doctor and for you to do some tests, they cannot accept the EPIC. They only accept our local currency. So what we have to do, like I was talking to Max,
yes,
in regards about for us to have, I'm running a remittance for now. But for now, the remittance we are running now, liquidity is our issue. Mm-hmm. If we have liquidity, we can hold the EPIC.
Yes.
But if we don't have liquidity here, we cannot hold the EPIC. So if somebody have EPIC, it need to have somebody that can buy the EPIC.
Right.
Into our local currency.
I see.
So if I am now having my platform, and then the platform we're having some different pickup points, which is merchants all over, different merchants in different places, then we can get a lot of awareness about EPIC. We can even put it in some of the hospital and put it in some of those places where we pay for businesses. Yes, some businesses point. So from there, then we can have people that can accept it. Like we have some university students, they will love to go into EPIC.
Yeah.
Having EPIC, you can have EPIC, but at the same time, again, if you go right around the country, how can you change your EPIC? That is their major issue. They can have EPIC and they need their local fiat. But we don't have people now accepting, maybe you want to buy some stuff, like you want to buy this power bank.
Yes.
Then I have the power bank and the person have EPIC. I can accept EPIC for the power bank. But if I even have a trunk of EPIC now, keep it there, then I want to change the EPIC into our local currency.
Right.
Then we need to have a place where people can change it. And that is the only things now we need to. If we even have these nurse and doctors and the hospital accepting it, maybe if they have their EPIC, they will love to change the EPIC into our local currency, because the local currency and USD and pounds, they are the currency that is mostly used here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, people use dollars, people use pounds, people use leons, and leons is generally used. So if they have the EPIC, they will love to change the EPIC.
I understand. So that is one blocker we need that we need to try to figure out. But also there could be somebody over there who may, how can I put this? Who may be an interested investor in Epic Cash if they believe in the project, who may be more wealthy over there, to where if, like, let's say that if what I'm trying to think of is, how do we cut out having to go to PayPal?
Third party, cut out third party. The middleman, we have to cut down the middleman. That's all. Yes.
If we do that, then more will go towards the medical facility and helping the kids. Because like it or not, and I know this is a great conversation, and I'm so happy that we in the EPIC community could help Abdul. It really brings joy to my heart that he is going to now be able to live a relatively normal life because of the surgery. And so I wanted to talk to you to try to help you. I know you then went and posted another child that needed surgery that would be like $40,000. And I wanted to be able to help you, to be able to say, for you to be successful, you have to kind of know how we think over here. Because like it or not, and this has nothing to do with you or all of the amazing work that you're doing, but there are so many scammers that are out there in this world of crypto. We just have to be very, very careful. And when we go from a $350 fundraise to $40,000, that just puts it's so out of reach of the normal person, because really, and here's what psychologically happens, right? Is the person who, like me, for example, it's like I funded the surgery without even thinking twice, because it was like, I'm like, I can, and I want to. This is amazing. And for me, it was not an expense. It was an investment in Abdul and his future and his mom and just happiness. And I feel good about that, right? But on the heels of that, and I see a $40,000, and again, a single child who my heart goes out to, but I know that I don't have $40,000 to do this. And the Epic community is still very, very small. It is growing, but it's still very, very small. So that is such a huge fundraise. It would like really take a campaign of just, a lot of focus, and I would have to do several shows and whatnot. But what happens is, what if it fails? What if we aren't able to raise the money? Everyone is then just going to feel like crap. You feel like, is not going to feel good. And then what happens is, okay, if we were able to get it, then is there going to be another one that comes on it for $60,000, or another one to where it's $10,000? And all of a sudden you get fatigue. The community would get fatigued to where they would become resentful. And so instead of feeling good and joyous and whatnot, they would feel resentful. What I would suggest is, I think you should spin up another Telegram group that would be, we'll come up with the right epic donations, or epic, we'll find the right word, but create a special group to where that group could then be promoted, right? Like I could promote that on all of my shows. I could include it in my show notes that would say, hey, if you really, really want to put your hard-earned Epic to work in a place that we have vetted out, that we know is trustworthy, to where it is not a scam. It is, here we have Abdul as evidence that he got his surgery and he's going to live a fantastic life. But then what you could do is like have it be more of an epic fundraise, to where it's not necessarily associated with a specific child and a specific surgery. But if everyone in our community just donated 25 Epic or 50 Epic or 100 Epic, then that person is feeling really, really, really good. And you're raising some funds. And then on a monthly basis, perhaps you could come on my show and talk about all of the good that came out of those Epic donations. Do you know what I'm saying? That then keeps the fatigue away, and people can be joyous, and they won't feel like losers. Because when you try to raise something that is so high, the target is such a stretch, then when you don't, then it just creates a kind of a bad taste in everyone's mouth. So that's why I wanted to have a conversation with you.
Yeah. I understand. We understand, Uncle. Yeah, that's one of the problems we are facing. The problem is, Uncle, if you have been in Africa, then maybe you never been in Africa. Like Sierra Leone is one of the most poorest countries in the world.
Yes, that's what I understand.
And at the same time, again, governance is one of our main problems and challenges. So what is the problem is, sometimes some of these kids that we have, maybe they can just, like this one, like Magnus, the second kid, he is not from even this vicinity. He is from, like, I can spend like 4 to 5 hours to go and meet with them. They are in the second city. Like I can just be here in the city, then people can just send me different people that is sick. But yet still I cannot confirm it till I even go directly to them and see their mom.
Yes.
Like I have not yet seen Magnus, but I know I've speak with the mom. So the mom asked me to go and see them. By then they presently they are in Connaught. We only have one of the most biggest hospital here, which is Connaught, but very poor. And people don't even trust the system. The government was trying to talk about, like, they want to come up with a diagnostic center on hospital. Yeah. Can you imagine 5-7 million population? We don't have diagnostic center. And medication is very poor here. It's very, very poor. Out of, like, when maybe pregnant women go to deliver, it's not an easy stuff for them to make it sometimes. Yeah. You can even lose them. And sometimes, you know, it's really, really scrap. And, you know, sometimes it's so pity. For like 21st century up to now, you know, we don't have better medical facilities, and mosquito and all those, you know, sickness is too much. If like Magnus, if like Abdul was in the United States, I think that operation is a very easy operations, because this thing started for a very, very long time since when it was given birth. But unfortunately, because Abdul's mom is poor and the father is a fisherman, no way for them to make it. So can they have those amount of money for them to even go for this simple surgical operation? If you go to the hospital, that the government hospital, you can wait for like over 4 to 5 months. They can even tell you to wait, because they don't have doctor to do it. Most of the doctors that need to do all these operations, they are now going to private. They don't want to come to help even people to do some of these basic operations. Wow. I was in Delhi last year to took one woman to do a breast cancer removal. I lost her because she passed away in Delhi, because we wasted a very, very long time for us to get the money for her for us to take her, go to Ghana, get all those documents, and get to India. Can you imagine most of the patients here with so delicate operation? We don't have operation done here. We only have maybe those basic operation good. But most of the operation, tedious operation, is not done in Sierra Leone, unless you fly the person either in Ghana or you fly the person either in India. So that's why the reason why we come up with Magnus, because Magnus' situation is too woeful. You know, it's 11-year-old month baby, and it's more serious. Like, you know, he don't have anus where he's giving a stool. So like the mother is calling me every day. He's thinking like maybe something like, I cannot do it at once. If I have the money, uncle, I can even take Magnus and go with him. Because I just believe that the kudos will be with me, because it's a small country. If I keep on doing all this type of goods for people, maybe people will say, oh, this somebody is like, it's a very good soul to us, and let us make him a leader. And maybe if we make this somebody a leader, that person can help more people. But even the leaders, they don't even have the way to help. Leaders don't even help the poor people, and the poor people keep on suffering every day. As for now, like I said, basic food, people cannot live by $1 a day, uncle. Here in Sierra Leone, it's so awful. People are here without, you know, it's bad. And even the COVID, the COVID is like, it eats you people, but it eats us more, because you people are giving us. And then when the COVID eats you much, for us, we don't have. So yeah, what happened? People, you know, are languishing, even houses, they don't have food. Sometimes even small, some of my basic food, I even share. And presently, I'm even trying to do some school feeding programs, and I'm into the school feeding program where I feed some kids in school. It's not easy. And, you know, it's really, really. So sometimes when we have some guys online talking about scam and other stuff, I laugh, because like most of them, they never see poverty. Most Americans, they never visit Africa. Yes. Some of them, they put their money into these big charity organizations, but the people down there, they don't even see this money. That's a major issue. Yeah. Those big organizations, like, let us say, UNICEF, all those big organizations, Red Cross, those people, when they have a lot of workers, and they paid a lot of money to those workers, and most of the money you people donate, they will be paying those money to the workers. Like you give direct help to Abdul, it's the best, because you see Abdul, and even if you come, you leave America and you come, you go to Abdul, you visit them, you see that your support go directly to somebody. Yes. And those big support you guys give, they don't even come down to the people. We have people that are languishing. Money comes, people don't see it. You know?
Oh, I 100%. The whole donation, talk about scam. I think the donation to these major charities is the real scam that's out there, because they never, I mean, maybe what, 10% actually gets it to the people in need. So how then do, like, let's focus on an easier lift. You talked about feeding the kids, and most people make $1 a day or need $1 a day to eat. I don't know, but that is something that I think our community could really rally behind, to be able to try to help feed the children at the charity. Tell me about the.
Well, the school feeding program is something that we decided to do a survey. It's like when we find out that a lot of kids, they don't eat better food. And if kids don't have better food, they cannot apprehend. They cannot even get better education. Like, this is the major problems. We are Africa, we are still getting a lot of issue when it comes to education, because most of the kids don't have better food. So what we decided to do after we do the survey, we do a survey for 5 schools. Okay. And these 5 schools, we find out that 5 schools. And these 5 schools, we find out that we have most of these kids, we ask them some question. How many times do you eat for a day? Some kids say that they don't even eat. Some say they eat 1 time. So some say they eat 2 times. What is the food that you eat? Rice. And sometimes they said gari. Gari is this, like those food they made from cassava and other stuff. Who did this back? Yes, sorry. So like some of them, it's like even when we ask them, how do you, where do you pass stools? Do you have place where you pass through, like maybe latrine or something like pit toilet or flush? Most of them said no. We even go to the beach side and squat. So even some of them, they don't even have toilet facility. So all of these things, we put all our survey in place and decided to select the schools. We look at schools that are more needed this support. So what we decided to do, we blow on and send our proposal to an organization called Volunteerism in Actions. They are in the United States. Mm-hmm. Yep. So those guys, they started since last year. We started last year, 2021. We do it for 9 months for each schools. So the first school, we introduce it. Our first school is like we have 400 kids. We feed them for 9 months. Mm-hmm. Then we over for the 9 months, because school started from September and end in July. Okay. So, yep. So we have 3 months, each 3 months in each academic year, in each term. So each term we have 3 months. So we can get the budget for 3 months, then we sell it. Then they can say, okay, buy this, something like that. But the COVID so eat us at a way. Presently, we are finding it very, very difficult to even feed the kids in school. Now we are in the second school. The second school that we have like 600 kids in this school. There are so much. So what we do, we make a banner and we send it out. And most of our donations that we get from Volunteerism in Action, it is from Bitcoin. So they give us Bitcoin and we change the BTC into local fiat. And when we change it to local fiat, we use it to buy foodstuff. But just because of inflation, is in a rapid now in Africa, a bag of rice have doubled its price. Jeez. Even like, Africa is being stuck by the Chinese. Oh. So what happens is like, yes, they handicap us for us not to plant our own food. Like they bring a mass production of their own food. So what happened, after bringing a mass production, those foodstuff getting high. Because what happened, much investors is not down here to go and get this shipping, to get and ship this food, this rice to come. And we have those Lebanese. And these Lebanese, they are one of the biggest investors now in Sierra Leone, and the Indians. So when they bring their money, they bring their foodstuff, they are the one who sets prices. Yes. And governments cannot control them, because if they said they can control them, they can say, okay, we can back out. And government can say, oh, because government don't want to go into it. All what they want people pay tax, thief the people from tax, get the money, use money, getting big cars, allowing the people to suffer. And when there's a time for elections, they can even use the same people again, give them money, give them food, they go back to the streets and give them votes. So this is the problems that we are getting all over, and this is the problem that is killing Africa. Even like, it's really, really sad. So like, we decided to get some of these schools that they are government schools. Because government have schools and people have private schools. But government schools, the majority of the people put their kids into government schools because they don't have the money to put their kids in private schools. Private schools, maybe one kid can pay like $400-500 a year. Why is government schools, for now, they are talking about free educations. But you just know that nothing is free. Nothing is free. It is either they get donations from outside, or maybe they get other ways to bring those support. But they are trying because the level of education here is too low. People cannot speak English. People cannot speak English. So all of those things, it's sad. All of these things, like me be the middleman, helping Abdul Mom. Abdul Mom can even, I can say Abdul Mom sets a wallet address or on Epic. You can have the Epic for themselves. And then if they want to change it, I can assist them change it. That is, we don't have middleman into it. But there is no way. I am the only person now that have connection with you people and can chat with you people and can talk with you people. The only thing that is dangerous, like me taking money from you people and don't do what it's supposed to do. And that one is like, it's dangerous. So, but them, they don't know how to do it. Because Abdul Mom, she is like a local trader. She sells like groundnuts. She can patch the groundnut and put it in a plastic and sell it for less than $1. Less like a cent. So tell me now, how can Abdul's mother keep on getting that money and taking care of Abdul till Abdul finish school and till maybe even build a house? They are living in a renting house, a rentage. They are in a rent house. The father is a fisherman. The father cannot even bring better fish because it's not easy for them. So it's really, really sad. So like the poor always keep on poor. And if you be rich, you become rich. So that is the problem always here. So like for me now that I have connections and I have the way to use the internet, send people stories, send people problems, then if you see that it's true, you want to talk with them, good, I can bring them on board. You talk to them. If you have the trust and believe. But it is really, really sad down here. And just because of most of you guys never visited Africa before, always people think Africa, they are scam. But no, it's just because of the situations. When somebody is poor, they can do anything.
Well, unfortunately, there are a lot of people who prey upon Africans. And I remember, I don't know if you remember, if you're old enough, but remember the Egyptian prince? That used to, that was when the internet first came out and people would get these emails from this Egyptian prince who was like, hey, look, I need to get $1 million out of here, but I can't do it unless I get a $500. I need to be able to first get $500, but I'll send you the $1 million. and so like, many people.
Uncle, most of these things happen. I can even tell you that most of some of your brothers, they are into all those things. Because like the Nigerians, they are more bigger than us. In Africa, in Sierra Leone, we are small. We are 7 million population. Nigeria, you're talking about 1,000. So Nigeria is bigger than Africa. You understand? So, but the problem is most of some of your brothers, they can even team up with these Nigerian guys to take money from you and they share it. They do it. Because where Africa gets all this criminal is mostly from some of your guys. What happened? What happened the last? Max sent me in Nigeria to do for me to rep him. It's like $1 million that they want to take Max. But I am the one who went there and seal that business and know that the business is a scam. But Max want to pay. But behind there, I think it's a friend of Max use these guys to take this money from Max. So they can share. So how all these things, behind this guy gets this. So they all know of these things. So sometimes some of the information get from there. And at the same time, like you people, when you give donations, you don't trust us anymore. What they do, you send experts to us to bring the money, or the expert comes. And if that expert comes, they have to treat the experts, differently to some of the workers down here. Yeah. And mind you, the expert is eating inside the money that you guys donate.
Right.
Like if you donate like $1 million and you have sent 10 or 15 experts to come down here, all of this money will be eaten by some of these experts. And at the end of the day, what will happen? The whole money, the politician, you can just share it and all those things. So most of those things happen, like this scam happen. Yeah. It is coming from sometimes some of your guys or brothers from the United States or other countries as well. I don't say Africa, they are not a scammer. No. Every place in the world, there is a scammer. Right. But I know people scam people.
100%. And that's why this is a great conversation to have.
Yeah.
And because again, my wanting to speak with you is I wanted to check in on Abdul, and is it Fatmata? Is that his mother's name? Yes. And I wanted to just say hello, but I also wanted to understand what's going on over there, and also how ultimately I and the Epic community can help you. And I knew the $40,000 ask I was going to raise all kinds of red flags or whatever, which is why we were like, let's take that.
I know it's too much. I know it's too much. But like what I was looking at, I was in India, uncle. I was in India.
Yeah.
And I know what I spent. For you to leave from Sierra Leone to go to India, and you spent over 20 to 15 hours in a flight. Moving. Because what happened is there's a problem with us in Sierra Leone. We don't have flights on our own. And it's not easy to travel from Sierra Leone to even the United States. Uncle, let me say, if you want to go to United States now, Abdul want to go to United States. Yeah? You have a whole lot of information that you have to give us. Abdul have the right to go to United States to go and visit.
Yes.
But you people say, no, Abdul don't need to come here. Abdul need to have this. Abdul need to have this money in his account. All those things.
Yes.
So there's a lot of restrictions to go to the United States. I want to go to the United States now.
Yes.
But what happened? The guy that I'm using, they want to write me an invitation. They're asking for a lot of documents.
Yes. Yes.
But if you want to come to Sierra Leone, uncle, you can come to Sierra Leone. No problem. Yep. So there is a problem. There is a restrictions for it, because I know that if Abdul mother or Abdul go to United States, Abdul will be a better child.
Yeah. So because I really do want to help, is let's continue our conversations on Telegram. And I really do think that if we could create a Telegram group dedicated to you and your cause, right? To where it's not so much about saving a single person, let's say, but it's more macro to where, because for me, it would be like, I would just auto donate on a monthly basis, just because now that I've met you and we've enjoyed this conversation, and Max has talked very highly of you as well. This really is as much this conversation, and I hope you don't mind if I actually have been recording it. I would like to create this as a show and publish it so that people can meet you through our conversation. And I'd like to invite the community then to help us brainstorm together on how we could most optimally help you in the schools and the program, and how can we do it right. What I have found is that the Epic Cash community, there are so many smart people there who have hearts that are really big, hearts of gold. And this, look, we can't solve all the world's problems, but we can isolate a few.
Yeah.
And if we just keep chipping away, then that's going to end up being really, really positive. And the other thing is, this, it's that network effect. It's like, I can't tell you what my life is going to be like in a year, because a year ago, I only knew how to spell Bitcoin. I didn't know anything about crypto. Who would have known a year later that I would be, the talking head, if you will, of a specific cryptocurrency, only because I started to get interested in it. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in a year, but I know intention, and I know my intention now that I'll state to you is I really want to help you, and I really want to help shape this to where we open it up to the community and people. This is huge. I have lived by this one line my whole life. People support what they help create. People support what they help create. So that's why I want to invite the entire Epic Cash community into a new Telegram discussion with you to be able to ideate, to war game, if you will, to be able to really put our heads together, because I believe,
like even like talking about like the school feeding programs, then like I will send you some pictures and videos, see the kids when we are feeding them. We love to have a big banner with the Epic logo in it.
Right.
Put it up in the school, and so like they can know that Epic, because like Max was like in 2019, we go different countries doing some tree planting for Epic. So like we started Epic. We started Epic for a very, very long time.
Yes.
Just because Max was a lot of the scam Max a lot. Like a lot of people was coming, and Max was giving money to them.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
So that's what the issue with that with Max. But it's better for him. He can think well. But like we said, it's better now for us to see how Epic now can stand tall, because we all want to see how Epic can make it better. You understand? So like what you say is cool. And I will send you the proposal of the school feeding program.
Great.
You can go over, you read the proposal. Like we fix Epic there as a collaboration with Epic. And then we can do
let the Epic Cash community sponsor this project, and let's work together. And I'm speaking to you, Epic community. Hello. Let's help figure this out. I mean, what I learned today is that the problems are so ginormous that it's almost like drinking from a fire hose. It's just so much, and then it feels deflating, because you think, my God, there's no way in the world we're ever going to be able to help these people, because so many people need help. And it's just, but we have a leader on the ground in you who has a proven track record. And so that's something that we can rally behind and really just make this an initiative to where, no, we cannot solve all the world's problems. Yes, we were able to help last week Abdul get his surgery. No, I'm highly doubtful that we're going to be able to, unless, who knows, maybe there's some generous person listening right now who's like, I would be happy to, but this other person requiring the $40,000 surgery, I don't think that will happen, because I know the community. It's just a small community with a lot of people with a lot of heart. But if we take some baby steps, if we we don't have to eat the whole elephant, right? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Let's just take your issues and figure out how to support your initiatives. And maybe we improve some people's lives along the way. I'm sure we will improve lots of people's lives along the way. But that would be my constructive counsel on how to move forward. So if you're game for that, I'll post this Zoom meeting that we'll have and just kind of introduce the notion. And in the meantime, by the time I post it, you and I will figure out what the name of the group should be, and let's just make it a community affair. Does that sound good to you?
Thank you very much, Uncle. I think that will be better. And like, in that community, then in that group, we'll be posting all of the informations that,
That's
we'll
right.
be having. Any issue come up, like I say, we love to see how Abdul can go to school, because he's a small boy now. And hopefully in the next 1 to 2 years, he have to go to school only the next 1 year, because in 3 years, he have to go to nursery. So I'll be sending updates about him, and then the affairs about the mom. Like, hopefully, I was even thinking about see how we can help his father because he's the breadwinner, help him in the fishing industry because like the place we are there is a fishing industry. So if we can look out for us to build one epic boat, fishing boat, I think that one would be very, very great, where we can put our logo in the epic logo in the boat, fishing boat. Then the father can, you know, find easy way how we can go fishing, bring food and put food in the table. And that one all is a project that we can put in the thread. But as time goes on, like what you say, we cannot eat the whole elephant. We have to eat it bit by bit. So I believe with time, then I believe we can eat the nail.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, get some salt and pepper and seasonings because we're about to try to eat this elephant one bite at a time. Okay. Well, listen, Musta Freeman, thank you for your time and your education today. And Fatmata, I hope I said that, Kamara, very nice meeting you. And Abdul Kanu, have a good nap.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
Well, he should be. He should be. He is looking great, and I'm so glad that it's post-op and that. All right. Okay. Well, listen. I'll say goodbye. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. I tell you, plenty thank you. And I thank you. Tell me I thank you for who I give me money to the home. So why I don't pay me give fee hospital. And I thank you. To corona. I'm saying I go blow, but not go easy. I tell me I thank you. And I will help me.